All right, so Eddie Van Adler, has been on the show how long now?
I guess 8 years.
All right, so 8 years.
Which I don't know if that's awesome or depressing. Not sure.
You don't know whether that's moving on up or stuck in a car. Teacher. All right, so you and former Rick and Bubba intern in Rick and Bubba history, Coco. You guys have provided us with a lot of funny, videos and segments over the last 25 years, and you have something to bring to the table today.
We do. In fact, the news cycle moves so fast these days. We figured going forward, Nick and I could be the ones to bring you guys the news. Oh. We could send news, if you will. And if you guys want to, you guys could call us the News Boys.
So we could just periodically, maybe going into 2019, here's a news segment. Let's hear from the News Boys.
Okay. Got it.
That's right.
Got to do your hands like that for something. I'll do too.
Yeah, there it is.
I didn't even plan that.
There you go. 2018 was a big year, you guys. So many things happened. The Yodel kid. You remember the Yodel?
Yeah.
He yodeled his way into our hearts and changed our lives forever.
That he did, Chris. Also, this year, PETA issued a press release saying we should no longer say phrases like beat a dead horse or kill two birds with one stone. Instead, we should say feed two birds with one scone or feed a fed horse.
Right.
Here's my thing. One scone is way too much food for two birds, and feeding a fed horse, he's already been fed. Overfeeding, that's animal cruelty. Overfeeding is a serious issue. Just look around this room.
News Boys!
Bubba got a heart stent this year.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
Sure he did.
Nice transition.
Speaking of overfeeding.
To piggyback.
Yeah, that's good.
Patti LaBelle also made the news this year.
There's a shocker.
She called Ariana Grande a white black girl. Patti LaBelle, which, by the way, sounds like the name of a company that makes frozen rolls that you heat in the oven.
It does.
Hey, Chris, you got the Patti LaBelles?
Hey, you know I got those Patti LaBelles in the oven.
You got them little Patti LaBelles with the little wieners in them?
Oh, you know I got those Patti LaBelles. Patti LaBelle kind of has a point, though, guys. Actually, here's a picture of Ariana Grande at age 14, and here's a picture of Ariana Grande now. I'm not sure what to do with this here, so for answers, let's consult our local ginger expert, Nick.
Hey,
Chris.
if you ever have a question, ask a ginger.
I mean, to speak more to this, what she's experiencing is called a pigment bloom. We are without pigment for so long in our lives that when we experience even a little bit, it just comes on the scene, much like adolescence, just fast and furious. Here's a picture of me around the same age as Ariana. As you can see, it's a little Conan with a panache of Ron Howard in there.
Yeah.
And then here's me after experiencing my pigment bloom. Just a few short weeks later. Oh, wow. It's a serious issue, you guys. I got your back, Ariana.
Yeah.
And speaking of Ricky Ricardo, the World Cup came and went this year, and no one seemed to notice.
I noticed. Whoa, I noticed.
No one cared.
Nobody.
I cared.
No one important noticed or cared.
I watched games. It was a big deal. People got excited. It was in South America somewhere.
I don't think that's right, but I don't know enough about it to dispute him.
Well, you were really into it. Who won?
Wait, no, it was in Russia. Russia lost at home. That's right. I remember now. Boom. Roasted.
You got him.
You got roasted, Russia. Boom.
They'll never recover from that one.
News Boys!
Proving this was the longest and stupidest year ever, we argued about the color of a dress and whether a recording was saying Yanny or Laurel. That actually just showed us that society has just become incredibly idiotic.
Stupid.
That's good.
Speaking of stupid, Eric Rim, Harvard professor, recommended we only eat 6 fries per serving.
Yeah, what was his-
First of all, nerd, nobody asked you. This is exactly why you don't get to sit with the cool kids during lunch. Second of all, don't you think our resources would be better spent at Harvard?
Yeah, for a Harvard dumbass.
In the world.
For a Harvard professor.
You let Gary come to one show.
That was
Adler, your pastor, is right there.
I meant to say a Harvard professor. My bad.
that was what we call a happy accident.
News Boys!
And now, as the year comes to an end, we want to give people a guide for how to live in 2019.
That's right. In a brand new segment inside of the segment that we're already doing.
Segception.
That's right, Nick. That's right. So if any of these apply to you, consider making these your New Year's resolutions.
Okay, all right.
This is
Not the way to be in 2019. Putting a running sticker on your car. This baffles me. Putting a sticker bragging about how good you are at running on a piece of technology invented so that you don't have to run.
That's good.
That's
good.
like
That's so
putting
true.
a sticker on a fork bragging about how good you are at dieting while you eat an entire chocolate cake. If you're so good at running, prove it. Get a Flintstones car, then I'll be impressed. No running stickers. That is not the way to be in 2019.
if you're a company planning on spending 2019 making more and more agile robots, please stop. Have you not seen iRobot, Terminator, RoboCop, Terminator 2, The Matrix, WALL-E?
Wally.
Sure. Manufacturing deadly robots, that is not the way to be in 2019.
If you ever find yourself in front of a mirror, shirtless, taking a picture for social media, listen, Chad, we've got enough of these. You are the human equivalent of truck nuts. We don't need it. That is not the way to be in 2019.
And if you have nuts on your truck, all of your instincts are wrong. Just use that information going forward.
Not the way to be in 2019.
Okay, Bitcoin. Lousy Bitcoin stealing all my money. That is not the way to be in 2019. I don't even have a joke for that.
Dude, don't even be that way. Stop it with Bitcoins.
People who leave mean comments on the internet. Let's say one of our videos, like Dan from Centerville. That's right, Dan, I saw what you wrote, and so did my mom, and she's waiting by the phone for your apology. Leaving mean comments on the internet, not the way to be in 2019.
Dan from Centerville.
When I need to get somewhere, and when I ask for the address, and someone tries to give me directions, there are literally satellites in the sky working to keep us from having to have this conversation that I will forget.
Speaking of, if we're ever on the phone and I tell you I'm writing something down, here's the secret. I'm not writing anything down.
And while we're talking about satellites, believing the Earth is flat, that is not the way to be in 2019.
Yes. Speaking of men with ponytails, not the way to be. I'm sorry, ponytails are only acceptable on the back of ponies. Not the way to be in 2019.
Okay. Adult men who wear jerseys.
Now you're just being mean.
That is not the way to be in 20. You're not a little boy. That is not the way to be in 2019.
My team needs me, Chris. People who like to call me big guy, buddy, or chief, because these nicknames are almost never used, not sarcastically.
Whatever you say, Chief. Whatever you say.
See? Okay, buddy. That's what Dreg likes to do. Okay, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Whatever you say, buddy. Pal.
That is not the way to be in 2019.
There's so much content to watch over the years. And especially now, it's frustrating when people are shocked that you haven't seen something. So,
But have you seen Breaking Bad?
I have.
You haven't seen Breaking Bad?
Have you seen Ghost?
Wait, Ghost? Like Ghost?
With like
Ghost?
Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore.
No, I haven't seen.
It's a classic.
I haven't
Melody
seen
and
Ghost.
Shane, you haven't seen Ghost. You haven't seen Ghost.
What are you doing right now?
What are you doing?
Are you making clay? Don't do that to Speedy. Stop doing that to Speedy. I don't get the reference. That is not the way to be in 2019.
In the world.
That is not.
I just
the
haven't
way
seen Ghost.
to be in 2019. What did you? That's my workplace best friend.
It's a classic.
Speedy is my
Everybody
workplace
knows what
best
I was
friend.
doing, Chris. Everybody got the joke.
So if 2018 was not your year, just take comfort in knowing that you had a better year than Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, Matt Lauer, Les Moonves, the Golden State Killer, Rex Tillerson, and Hillary Clinton. And that's the news, boys! We'll see y'all in 2019.
There they go. Oh, boy. Well done. A lot of important information there, too. A lot of important information.
A lot of energy, Rick. A lot of energy. Last time somebody did that to me was, Buddy Richard.
Yeah, if you've never seen that movie, what you just saw there.
Hashtag me too.
I stopped buying pottery for a decade. We'll be back. More Rick and Bubba next.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.